everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing the mom tag, which is just a bunch of questions about being a mom, and I've never done like a Q&A on my channel or anything. I think I should do that, but all of these questions are just going to be mom related. So let's just get into the video, and yeah. Sorry if I'm looking down. I'm looking at the questions. I wrote them on a piece of paper. The first question is, how old were you when you had your first child? So when I had Xavier, my first son, I was 19 years old. I got pregnant with him when I was 19, and I had him when I was 19. Yeah, so 19. So the second question is, what was the hardest thing about being pregnant? So the hardest thing about being pregnant, I think, would be my anxiety during pregnancy. If you guys don't know, I have really bad anxiety. I actually made a video on it if you want to go check that out, but I have really bad anxiety, and it just got 10 times worse when I was pregnant. I was always worried that I was going to miscarry, wondering if something was going wrong, you know, because you just never know in pregnancy. My pregnancy was, it had its complications, but obviously I have a healthy baby boy, or healthy toddler now. Question number 3. Question number 3 is, would you have handled childbirth differently if you could redo it? And the answer to that is definitely yes. Going in to give birth, you never, like, for the first time, you never know what it's gonna be like, because people tell you what it's like, but everybody's experience is different and you never know what it's gonna be like. So I definitely would have handled it differently if I would have known what would happen. I was induced for my first pregnancy, and it lasted about 2 days, and it was awful. It was the worst pain that I've ever experienced in my life. But my second pregnancy, I was also induced, and it was totally fine. And it was about, I think, like 7 hours that I was in labor for. So big difference. I was in labor for a very short amount of time with my second pregnancy, or my second labor, and it was a lot easier. My first labor was a lot harder. So yeah, I would have handled it a lot differently, and I probably would have, I don't know, I probably wouldn't have gotten that epidural because it didn't do anything for me my first time. I mean, how was I supposed to know that? I was in so much pain. I wanted the epidural. I got the epidural. It didn't do anything, so I probably wouldn't have gotten it, so I didn't have to go through like putting a needle in my back and everything, but oh well, can't go back and change it. So the fourth question is, what is the most surprising thing you discovered about being a mom? And the most surprising thing that I discovered about being a mom is the amount of love that I have for my children. I knew that I would love my children, obviously. I knew that I would love them so very much. But you never know how deep that like connection and that love is until they're actually in your arms. I can't even explain it. It's such a beautiful thing to be a mother and to have a child, and you have this connection with them and you want to just do anything for them, and that feeling is amazing. I mean, sometimes it's like worry and you're worrying about them, but most of the time it's just amazing. You just look at them and you're like, I just love you so much. And I think that's the most surprising thing. I mean, I didn't think that I could have this much love for one or two people now. My 2 sons, I just love them so much. Question number 5 is, what have you learned about being a mother? I think the main thing that I learned about being a mother so far is that everything doesn't have to be perfect. I don't have to be that perfect Instagram mom, or I don't have to be that perfect like Pinterest mom. I can just be myself and the type of mother that I want to be, and I'm going to mess up, and it's okay if I mess up. I think that's the main thing that I've learned, that it was very hard for me at first to mess up, like parenting, like, oh, he didn't eat his vegetables tonight, or oh, he doesn't want to do this or that, and it was hard for me to mess up and to make mistakes in motherhood. And I think now I have learned that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to not have a perfect day. It's okay for things to go wrong. And it's a lot easier for me now to realize that, I guess. The last question is, how have you changed as a person? And oh my gosh, this question, I could go on and on. I have changed so much. I have just become overall just a better person, I think. I think having my son has made me a better person. I feel like that's so cliche because a lot of people have say that, but it's true. Before, I was a very depressed person, just a very unmotivated person, I was very messy person. Now I'm a lot more organized. I'm less depressed. I mean, I'm still dealing with like my anxiety and my depression, but I think getting up and doing stuff and having a purpose every day. Obviously before I did have a job, but it was a very just like, I felt like I didn't have a purpose. Now as a mother, I have a purpose. I take care of my children every day and I'm happy. Now that I have a family, I feel, it's hard to explain. I just feel whole, you know? I feel happier. I feel like I have a purpose. I get up every day and I look at my sons and it just makes me so happy. So those are all the questions that I wrote down from like the mom tag. They had like a bunch of different questions online and I just chose a few. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was short, but I really wanted to do these questions just to let you guys know a little bit more of who I am. I know it's not like a personal Q&A. I mean, I guess it's a little bit personal, but I'll do one of those later on. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.